So y'all, it's your girl Nia Williams, and I'm back with another channel message. And today's message, it is just a reminder to be comfortable being best friends with yourself. Be comfortable with getting to know who you are, the whole nine, the whole everything, and catering to your needs and what you need to do to better yourself. Checking in with self, checking in mentally and emotionally and financially, spiritually with self. Just getting into that routine of changing your behaviors, changing your paradigms, changing the way that you process things and the way that you hold on to things. Add some values in your life, add some new perspectives, add some new educational points. Educate yourself on so many different topics, so many different religions. Like, get out into the world with a new and open mind to the fact that things are always going to be different. People are different. People are on different vibrations. People are always doing different things than what you're doing. And in this world, we all have to understand that the difference is okay. The difference is acceptable. The difference is common. But what is uncommon is accepting that. What is uncommon is being okay with things being different. That is so uncommon in this world, but it is a blessing to experience it. It is a blessing to see that things are different. It is a blessing to see that this person does not operate on the same time that I operate on, or at the same pace, or on the same level. That's good, because we can learn from each other. They got knowledge in different things than what I do. I just have to ask the right questions to get that out of them. See, when it comes to building relationships, a lot of us have never been taught how to do this, have never lived in a household, have never even been in an environment where we are constantly being shown what it looks like to actually build on something. See, a lot of us was born to be fake and raised to be fake. And I won't say born to be fake. I was raised to be fake. Okay? A lot of us were raised to be fake. A lot of us have seen our parents go through so much conflict and so much back and forth, just bumping heads, but never resolving it or never building on something different. So we pick up those same traits and we go out here and we go express the same type of beliefs, these same type of ways to people that we care about without even thinking. The whole reason why I operate this way is because it comes from my childhood. The whole reason why I operate in the way that I operate, or believe the things that I believe wholeheartedly, is because growing up, I seen X, Y, and Z, so that's what I believe to be true. See, a lot of people, they follow the line and they just do what their parents showed them, but a lot of other people, they switch that shit up. They seen one thing and they're like, okay, I'm gonna do something totally different, and that's what they build their belief system on. It just all depends on how you're handling yourself and your traumas and what you've been through and your programming and your paradigms and how you want to change things. Like, there's so much that goes into this shit, but you have to realize, and this is the reason why I'm having this message, to be friends with yourself. Be best friends with you. I used to have that belief that I have to have a best friend and somebody I tell everything to. We just go back and forth and we just share all this trauma, or the happy times, the sad times, the depressing times, the whatever times that we are on. We just share everything with each other. Now, there's some people that I can do that with, and there's others that I can't. And I also believe that this is somebody that has to be around 100% of the time. Like, they gotta know everything. So I shift my mindset, I shift my paradigm, I shift that belief of having a best friend through everything. And I actually wanted to be in a relationship with somebody that I can experience that with. Not just a friend, but an actual partner. Because it is so sacred to go through those experiences with somebody and have that person so close to you, and y'all not building on anything that is long term. I realized that you have to have that type of commitment with somebody if you want that shit to happen. So you know what I did? I said, okay, I can have a commitment with somebody. And I can also do this, and I can also do that, and I also believe that X, Y, and Z. I ain't gonna go into the full picture, but my point is that in order for me to attract something different, I had to change what I believed about that thing. So I changed the way I believed that I had to have a best friend through everything to I need a partner who I can experience life with. The good, the bad, the ugly, the crying, the happiness, the rejoicing of the celebrations, the downfalls, all of that shit. I need one person to experience all that shit with, and that's all I need. But when it comes to these moments of solitude, when that one person is not around, I have to lean on myself. There's nobody else to lean on. So when part of me did not 100% let go of that belief, I still had that belief, like, I need a best friend. I need a best friend. And in my mind, my best friend is a female. My best friend and I do this. My best friend and I do that, this, and that, and that. And I'm like, wait, hold on. If that's what I want as a best friend, why can't I just give that to myself? I'm a beautiful woman. I can hang out with myself. I can take myself out to eat. We can go get our nails done. Me, myself, and I is all I got in the end. It's what I found now. Like, yes. It's just me, myself, and I. So I just had to come to this realization that it is okay to be best friends with yourself. Like, it's okay to me and her, we're rocking like this. We two peas in a pod. And there's no way you can separate me from her. And there's no way you can separate me from my partner either. So now that I'm able to build that type of relationship with self, I build that type of relationship with my partner. Now I have to understand what type of relationship I want to build with other women outside of myself. And I've had such an amazing example with my mother, with my sisters, with my grandmother. I have so many different examples to go off of to literally build that paradigm for myself. So, and not only that, I also have all of these beautiful models and entrepreneurs that I'm also, and content creators and photographers that I'm friends with that are women. And I had to decide what type of relationship is appropriate for me and this person, or me and that person, because everybody is different. Not everybody is the same. Not everybody requires the same type of things. So when I'm getting to know these women and I'm hanging out with them, when we're going out and we're doing our content creations and we're eating out together and we're just chilling on the beach with each other and doing art together, I have to remember these are totally different people. I can still be myself at the end of the motherfucking day 100% through and through. But when it comes to them and what they've experienced and the things that they have done, I have to set a boundary automatically. If I know that, say, one of my female friends, she's a sabotager. I know that she sabotages a lot of her relationships by doing stupid shit or saying stupid shit. I have to make sure I respect myself enough and respect her enough to not even get involved in things that might have her in that cycle. So, which will result in me not really hanging out with her, me not really talking to her like that or getting deep in those type of conversations, because it can run off and go down some whole other path or whatever the case may be. I have to make sure I set those boundaries so that I'm not overstepping my shit and giving too much into this relationship, and that she is not going down that same path of self-destruction. So it's like a lot of things come into play, and you have to consider not only yourself but also other people. So, and that goes back to the beginning of this, when you are starting off and you're building that relationship with self, you have to consider her, you have to consider him, you got to consider them. Whatever it may be within yourself, you have to consider them first. And you gotta understand, okay, I understand that this is a habitual behavior of mine. And if I go down this route, I'm gonna end up doing X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Let's not do that. And let's take care of what we need to take care of. So you just have to put them boundaries, set them boundaries, Make sure you standing on some morals and some new values, core values in your life, and you just really have to make sure you hold that shit to yourself. I call it keeping a promise to myself. I have to promise myself that I'm not going to overstep my boundaries. I have to promise myself that I'm going to think before I respond or before I react. I have to promise myself that I'm going to be more feminine with my approach when it comes to men and other women. I promise myself that I'm going to step out here authentically myself and not letting nobody dim my light or shut me the fuck up. I speak my peace and I speak it well, and when I choose to silence myself, that is on me and it's not on anybody else. I promise myself I would never play the fucking victim. I promise myself that I would never gaslight a motherfucker in my life. I promise myself that I will always put my best foot forward when I enter the room so that everybody knows who I am. I promise myself that I'm not going to go against me. I promise myself I'm not going to go against my morals or values either, or my relationship with my man. I promise myself that I'm going to hold myself accountable for the things that I fucked up in life. I promise myself that I'm actually going to do the work and heal the things that I've been through and I put myself through because I know I can change this shit around. I promise myself that I will always be that girl. And I will always love myself unconditionally. I promise myself to be more easier on my heart, to give myself more grace, you know what I mean? I promise myself that I'm not going to allow people in my energy that I know right off the bat ain't good for me. I promise myself that I'm not going to allow myself to just go with the flow of things anymore. Actually going to set some boundaries, like I said. And I'm going to actually stand on some shit and in some shit, behind some shit that I hold dear to my heart. If I say I ain't gonna do it, I ain't gonna do it. And I ain't gonna force myself to do it. Because I love me more than anybody could love me. And I love myself so fucking much to the point where ain't nobody got a fuck thing to say about it can influence me any other way. Whether they see my love for self as an evil thing or a good thing, it doesn't matter to me. My love is pure because it's coming from myself. So don't forget, this your best friend. At the end of the day, you got to make sure they are okay. 100% through and through. So I hope this message resonated with you. And if it did, go ahead and click that like button and hit that follow subscribe button as well. And I will always see you guys in the next one.